So what happens when you're in rehab and you relapse? In one of my earlier videos, I spoke on, pretty sure it was my first rehab that I was at. Sometime after I got out of prison. I got out in 2014, so sometime after that, 2016, I'm guessing. While I was there, I relapsed. I didn't relapse at the facility. I relapsed off property, right? I was on a 2-week Suboxone taper. The 2 weeks was good. On day 15, when I ran out of doses, all my withdrawals came back. So long story short, I speak to the owner of the rehab, asked for my car keys because my car was parked in the lot, and they said no. So I just take off and I go do my thing, and then end up going back to the rehab. Actually, I get dropped off at a NA meeting. The meeting was at 7:30 at night, and I left by 8 o'clock in the morning. So I was out all day, just chilling, getting high with my dealer. So in the evening, they would take us to outside meeting, an AA meeting. So my dealer, I had him drop me off at the meeting. That was like at 7:30. So when I got there, I spoke with one of the staff members, one of the guys that drove the rehab van. And everybody was surprised to see me. They thought I was gone. They weren't sure if I was coming back. They weren't sure if I was able to come back. Neither was I, man. I was just like, I was out of options. I had nowhere to go. So I speak to one of the staff members. And I think there were 2 staff members there. And one of them drove the rehab van. So I spoke to that guy. Told him pretty much what happened, right? While the meeting was going on, we stepped outside. I was lit. I wasn't acting crazy or anything like that, but I was just high. I needed to get high because I was in withdrawal again. So I spoke with him. We got a cup of coffee. In the NA meetings and AA, you get free coffee. Sometimes there's like snacks and donuts. So we talk over a cup of coffee. I down that real quick, and then I get another cup of coffee, and then I go back to we go back into where the meeting is. So I sit down, quiet, chilling, right? Just people watching. It's like one of the biggest NA meetings in the city. So after that, I guess during the meeting, the staff member called the owner of the rehab, and so long story short, they welcomed me in, right? So after the meeting, we all pile in the van. I'm still high. Nobody's talking to me. I'm not talking to anybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to do what it takes to get back in rehab and go back to my room and go to bed. So it wasn't that smooth of a process. So we get back, everyone goes, to the room and stuff, and I go to the office, and I'm just chilling with staff, and they make me take out my pockets, take off my shoes. They're pretty much shaking me down just to make sure I didn't have anything, right? So I just had to empty my pockets and just basically just be honest with them, let them know what I did throughout the whole day. They didn't know all the details about why I left and all that. So the staff was cool, right? This one guy, he was a real cool guy. And I felt comfortable explaining the whole situation. I didn't mind. So explained the situation with him. And, I gave him my word. I didn't bring anything in, I didn't bring any H in. No contraband. Nothing. All I had was my backpack. And I think I had my journal. And I think that's it. Just my journal. Who knows? I may have had something else, like some more notes or something. But so they search my bag. Everything's cool. And so we head back to my unit, to my room. And my roommate's in there, this young kid, cool kid. And so The staff pretty much talks to him and I, and he informs my roommate that, they're taking me back, and everything was chill, right? I was really I knew, I kind of had a feeling I was okay, but they were still cautious. They knew I was high. The majority of people that work at rehabs, any recovery facilities, there's people there that are in recovery. So we could spot anyone that's high for the most part, right? Like 99% of the time. We could just see it. We could sense it. We could feel it. We could hear the change in their voice. Just the slightest things, man. The eyes never lie. So anyway, he just reassured, the staff member just reassured my roommate that they were taking me back. And that was it, I kept a pretty cool, calm, chill demeanor. And so that was that. The staff left. And so I was just chilling, talking with my roommate. Everyone was pretty much getting ready for bed. So I'm just laying there, right? Kind of stressed. I was really, really stressing about what's going to happen the next morning. The next morning was day 16. So I would have been 2 days off of subs already. And I didn't want to go through this again, because I know if I woke up dope sick, I'd have bounced. I would have did the same thing. I'm not sure if I would have came back. I highly doubt they would have taken me back. 99% sure. 99.999% sure they wouldn't have taken me back. So anyway, I'm chilling. I'm just chilling in bed, right? Looking at the ceiling. Just bracing myself, prepping myself, thanking the righteous monkey gods that they took me back, that I'm safe, that I didn't get, that I didn't commit any crimes, nothing like that, right? I'm just thankful I am there back in rehab versus a jail cell or sleeping on a bench on the street, right? Just thankful. I'm very thankful at that moment. So my roommate, somehow he had some like CBD, right? I told him, I don't think I'll be able to sleep because I was pretty much wired. It's been a couple weeks since I was high. So I got high again. And my mind was kind of wired. I was up, I was alert, and I was stressing, man. So somehow he had some CBD drops. I don't know where he got these from, whatever. But he put a couple drops. I don't even know. I think it had like a little stopper up top. You squeeze it and the liquid goes up. He put it like in my mouth, under my tongue or something like that. It didn't even do anything for me, but I ended up sleeping. So maybe it did help. That was my first and only time I tried CBD. Like, whatever, dude. If it wasn't an opiate, if it didn't give me that warm, fuzzy feeling, I don't want anything to do with it. But he said it would help me sleep, and I guess it worked. I ended up going to sleep. But check this out. This is this is the weird part, right? I'm not saying this to glorify anything. I'm not saying this if you're in my situation to do this, nothing like that. I'm just telling you my experience, okay? So I woke up the next day. I was fine. No withdrawals. I don't know how, I don't know why. I felt fine, No, like maybe I had like an occasional rapid sneeze, because that is one of the withdrawal symptoms, like rapid sneezing. Maybe I did that once or twice, but I didn't get any chills. I wasn't nauseous, no restless legs, nothing, no gagging, no throwing up that yellow stuff, nothing like that, man. I felt fine physically, right? I don't know what it did. Like, it's weird, The day prior, the day of my relapse, full on withdrawal. And then, then I use and then go to sleep. I don't know, I was fine, So thankfully I was fine because I had to go talk, to the staff, the owner, and everything, right, about my situation. They said, I better buckle down, I better ride this out. My family was paying for the rehab, so, I had a lot of pressure, right? A lot of pressure. So I ride it out, man. I ride it out. I got spoke to a couple times at that rehab. One was that relapse, and then like the last month I was there, I was at that rehab for 2 months. The last month I got into like a bit of a rehab romance. Made a couple of videos on that. So yeah, I had quite the story, man. And I think they implemented some changes in regards to I guess the whole fraternization type thing, right? With the men and women in there. But that's how it is, man. That's just how it is. In co-ed rehabs, that's how it is, man. You get people who are alcoholics, addicts, and then once they start cleaning up, all their levels start, like, their body, their mind starts kind of recalibrating. It still takes a long time, but your whole system is shocked. And my testosterone was coming back, and it just, it's crazy, man. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, that's a whole other story. That's a tangent. Didn't mean to throw those details in here, but that's it, man. So that is just that's my story of, and my experience of what happens when you relapse at rehab. Thankful, I'm blessed. That's just what my life had in store for me at that moment. So hope you guys enjoy this, man. What is the message? Is there a message in here? It's a tough one, man. Just be grateful. Be grateful for your situation. Again, I didn't tell the story to glorify, because I know the addict mind, I know the addict mind. Some people think if that worked for him, it might work for me. Let me try it. Nah, man. No. Don't. That's just what could happen if you do relapse. It could turn out bad. It could turn out good, like in your favor. The good in here, the good in this story is that they took me back and I killed that program, aside from the rehab romance. I did good. So I'm going to close this one. Just be grateful, guys. Thanks for listening.